Hello everybody, and welcome to Chapter Master, the Alpha. Yeah, I was playing through some of the mod the other day, and I was like, I really miss all of the, custom icons and just all of the bits of the original Chapter Master. And then I remembered I still had the last actual version on my hard drive before it got pulled. So here we are, a bit of blast from the past. And as promised, we're going through as the White Scars. Well, the White Scar, because the game wouldn't let me play as the White Scars, because they technically existed, but you can't actually play as them. So, yeah, we're going to go through, just do, one of my quick-fire, half an hour playthroughs as the White Scars. And we're gonna go and see what we can do. Alright. 2. Now. We're gonna give this a go. Right. Full scale all attack. I know the White Scars technically move in more, associated groups, but I like to just, the spirit of the hunt, just charge in and gun them down. Okay. Ooh, close combat weapons. Bolters, enemy forces are defeated. Excellent. Now I'm just going to talk you through a little bit of what I've done. Now, annoyingly, as bikes cost 40 requisition each, and the game only starts with 20 of them, I've only been able to equip half of one squad of second company, and one squad of third company with bikes. But when I get some more requisition, I'll just, top that up and try and get as many guys with bikes as possible. But we're going to try and play as the White Scars, so, the spirit of the hunt. Gonna charge in, full attack. Fast as we can, lightning warfare, and just tear them down, just like that. Alright. Into turn. I've never actually, in terms of 40k, I've never actually liked the White Scars originally. Because there was so little fluff about them. All I knew was, what everyone thinks of them, which is, space Mongols on, motorbikes. But after reading Scars, Brotherhood of the Storm, and the other, Horus Heresy novels about the White Scars, I really like them as a chapter. Or as a legion, I should say. I love their attitudes and their legion mentality. Like the way how they interact with everyone else, If you want to know about the White Scars, they're more than happy to share their history and their philosophy with you and stuff. But if you don't, then they'll just ignore you and not even, register you exist. And I kind of like that. I'm guilty of doing a little bit of that myself in real life. But I like the fact that the White Scars aren't the savages like the Space Wolves are. They actually believe in artistry and poetry and, storytelling, and they're actually quite cultured as a legion, but they, hide it under the gleam of their savagery, unlike the Space Wolves that, just, act the part of the savage, but embrace the part of the savage. The White Scars, they're more refined. And I must admit, the idea of, cutting down hordes of orcs on a jet bike, during the Horus Heresy is pretty cool. And I like the character of the Khan himself. He was a pretty cool Primarch, no one got him, but he didn't care, He knew who he was and what he wanted to be. He was happy to do so. So I really liked that about the White Scars. Pity Khan didn't have too many friends, aside from Horus and Magnus the Red. Although, from reading Scars, he did seem to get on quite well with Sanguinius, but then, I think everybody did, really. I don't actually think there's a single Primarch who... Oh no, Conrad Kurz and Angron didn't like Sanguinius. But I think everyone else seemed to. For Khan and the Emperor. Not the most original battle cry, but it seems to work. 66 las cannons, bolt pistols. enemy forces is decreased. I might try a raid actually this time. Just go once again full attack. I want to see what the bikes actually do in combat. I'd be interested to see. Oh wow, okay. Bolt pistols, post-combat weapon, heavy flamers, and dreadnoughts. Interesting, that's the other thing I find interesting about the White Scars. Something I couldn't actually do within the limits of the game to get rid of. But the fact that... oh, I forgot all of their rhinos and land raiders. Oh, well, I might have to go back for them, I suppose. Is the fact that they don't actually believe in dreadnoughts. They believe that entombing yourself in a dreadnought is, you know, is wrong. It's against their code. So they very rarely use dreadnoughts. And I kind of like that. You know, they don't want to entomb themselves. They want to die free. And, you know, living for the rest of their eternity trapped inside a metal cage is, you know, just wrong to them. And that's an interesting philosophy, because you never sort of think about that sort of stuff. You know, how Marines would actually react to, you know, spending the rest of their lives trapped inside a dreadnought. It's kind of intriguing, actually. I know the, if you read Betrayer, and you read about the Hoke of the Warhounds, he had an interesting philosophy when it regards to being a dreadnought as well. But, who knows? Should be interesting. Right, for Khan and the Emperor. Oh, look at that. I like this. You know, we just show up to a planet, you know, spend a month or two wiping out the orcs and then bugger off again. It's very much in theme with the White Scars mentality. Let's see what one company of White Scars can do. Oh. Didn't even need to worry. Boosh! You're welcome, Imperium. But then again, that is actually the thing of the White Scars. They just show up to a planet, you know, destroy all the Xenos and then escape again. They're not one for compliance or hanging around or, you know... I really like the Khan's idea of, you know, against being building walls. Like, as he called it, the greatest lie of the human race is that, you know, we've won, all we need to do now is just keep building walls. Which is kind of true, because, I mean, the Chinese tried building a wall and that didn't keep the Mongols out. But, you know, it seems to be alright. Excellent. So yeah, if you don't know much about the White Scars, I recommend reading the Horus Heresy novels about them. I read one or two of the, you know, 40k novels about them, but it doesn't seem as interesting as how they were during the Heresy. And it's interesting how close the Khan actually came to siding with Horus. I reckon if Horus hadn't been turned to chaos and he had just, you know, decided to betray the Emperor because he believed that, you know, the Emperor was corrupted, then the Khan would have probably joined him. Certainly interesting. Ooh, this is actually a bit more of a fight. White Scars at 95%. I lost 6 Librarians, 2 Tactical Marines, 6 Scouts, and 4 Devastators. I can't believe I lost that many Librarians. Or Storm Seers, actually, that is the correct version. The White Scars do love their Storm Seers. And it's interesting, because the White Scars were actually the ones that helped form the Librarius project. That created Librarians and gave them a place in the Imperium, like in the Space Marine Order. It was the Blood Angels, the Thousand Sons, and the White Scars that actually formed up the Librarians, and it was actually the Khan himself who wrote a lot of the doctrine for it. Magnus wanted to go for, you know, everybody with psychic powers should be able to use them no matter what. The Angel was, I think he was about in the middle, and the Khan was for a more, you know, controlled approach, actually writing up, you know, doctrine for how you should use Librarians and things like that. A lot of things, a lot of the awesome things the White Scars have done go kind of unacknowledged by a lot of the fan base, but once again, that fits with their theme. So that's alright. White Scars. Well, Sisters of Battle. I think you might need a demonstration of how the Khans fight orcs. For Khan and the Emperor! Boosh! I just imagine them dropping down, into the field, just charging in on their jet bikes, and carving up all the orcs they find. I'm gonna go for a raid with the whole chapter. Just carve them apart. 993 white scars. Oh, jump packs. Oh, look at the Storm Seers. Storm Seers are just brilliant. Ooh, 135 chainsaw motors rev and hack at the shooter boys. Oh, that's brilliant. Come on, white scars, full attack. Everybody. Ooh, Perils of the Warp. That's alright though. Oh, I really like the white scars. If I wasn't doing a Horus Heresy Raven Guard and Blood Angels forces, I'd actually probably consider collecting the white scars. And if 40k wasn't, almost as expensive, or if not more expensive than 30k, I'd probably consider doing them alongside maybe, well, the customary Lamenter's force I've got to do. Which I remember I got quite a way through, actually. I was actually not too bad at painting the little squares. It was just the yellow I always had a problem with. I'm not very good at painting yellow. But then again, I suppose yellow is kind of a hard colour to paint in general. Codicea Claude. I'll have to give him a new set of armour and equipment. White scars. Oh, look at that. Look at that. The whole system has been freed from orc oppression. The white scars showed up, kicked ass, and now they're about to leave again. Boosh! That's how the white scars roll. Librarian. You. Recup. We'll give you a bolter. Well, I'm actually going to give you armor first. Give you a bolter. Need to give you force weapon. Don't have one. We don't have a lot, do we? Power sword. Chain sword. Ooh, Mark 8 Errant armor. Psychic hood. And a bike. Which you don't have either. And equip. Alright, we're going to need to go to the Armamentorium here. Buy ourselves a Psychic hood. And buy ourselves some more bikes. I won't spend all of my time, equipping everyone with bikes, but I might carry through this with this playthrough offline, or off recording, unless you want me to carry on with the white scars. Although I want to do Raven Guard and Imperial Fists next, so we'll see what we're doing for time. Equipment. Oh yeah, I need to get another force weapon. Cool. And re-equip. Give you a psychic hood and a force weapon. Perfect. Right. 2, 1. Ursa. STC fragment and Tyranid Pauces Extreme. Oh, there's no life on the planet, so I don't actually know what the policy for the White Scars is on bombardments. I know that the White Scars always have really fast ships, like lightly armored, heavily armed, but incredibly fast. Like if you read Scars once again, it has like the White Scars fleet completely decimate an Alpha Legion fleet, just by using fast movements and heavy hitting weaponry to crush them apart. It'd be interesting. One of those things I'd have to think about. Any more Tyranids? Tyranid force is tiny. I'm gonna go raid. One company. Just one company. Yeah. Enemy force is 9%. Lecter has been... and the system has been made safe once more. Denounce, you vile orc. The white scars of the 5th Legion do not associate with foul Xenos. Unload. Take the SDC fragment. And away we go. To the planet Manticore. Actually, are there any enemies nearby the area? Need to make sure that there are... we're not going to get bogged down in doing, you know, inspections of friendly planets. So, what have we got? Planet 3. Tell you what, 8th Company. Check out this ruins. Interesting to see. 5 demons. Well, that made me remember what happened to the original Alpha, didn't it? So yes, I showed up onto Manticore, showed up to the ancient ruins, 5 demons appeared, gunned down one of them with Stormbolter fire, and then was immediately dropped because of a fatal error. So yeah, maybe I might move back to the Interstellar Army Simulator with the mod, and just suck up the lack of you know, in-depth detail. Kind of a bugger, really, because I'd love to, you know, play this more again, but I've forgotten how buggy it was before it went offline, and because this is the final version, I ain't getting an update of the original, am I? Very depressing. Apologies this is shorter than normal. I'll make it up to you guys by creating a chapter creation guide for the first founding chapters this week, and give you guys a playthrough as the Raven Guard in the mod. Although I already created the Raven Guard in here, so it'll be a 6-1, depending on how I feel at the time. So yeah, cheers guys for sitting through this if you did. As per normal, feel free to leave comments below, you know, if you like the White Scars, or if you don't like the White Scars, list your reasons why. Give me any suggestions for other Chapter Master or Dawn of War or whatever you want me to play or do. And I guess I'll see you all again another time.